Good evening, Kingston. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Tessa.
And today we'll be looking at the lives of two athletes.
We'll be investigating what it takes to truly be an athlete.
So we will shadow the lives of these two athletes and follow their athletic pursuits.
Let's take a look.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with varsity athlete Olivia. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So, what does a typical day look like for you?
Well, usually I get up pretty early to start my day off. I get up around 6:30. I go to the gym. I meet with my trainer. I meet with my coach. We work on technical skills. I want to make sure I have lots of sleep, about 9 or 10 hours every night. Nutrition is very important to me and my basketball career. I have 3 or 4 big meals a day, high in protein, lots of fruit and vegetables for sure.
What about participation? I mean, how has that progressed in your life? Have you always been so involved?
Yeah, pretty much. I started basketball when I was about 5 years old, and I've always gone to camps and training camps and summer camp, and I've always had the best coaches and traveled all across the world to play basketball.
Now, what happens when you get an injury? I mean, you're still playing. It hasn't...
Yeah, so I usually go see a physiotherapist, and they work on my injury, and I get right back into playing.
Oh, wow. That's really good. Okay. So thank you, Olivia.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Here we have our second athlete, Talia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's just hear about how you got started with basketball. What kind of drove you to pursuing it?
It was just kind of the game that everyone in the neighborhood was playing. Every night, people would just kind of meet up at the park and we'd all play together. It was really a nice way for all of us to get out of the house when things were stressful and just have some fun time with our friends around the neighborhood.
Oh, for sure. That's awesome. Have you ever felt limited at all, like in terms of basketball or just life in general?
Myself, I'm often really busy. Like, I've considered a couple times pursuing basketball, but just with work and school and my family, it's too much to take on for me. So I like to limit basketball to my recreational time where I just have a bit of time to let out some stress.
Okay. As you can see, hard work, dedication, and commitment are not the only factors in determining what it takes to be an athlete.
Social class can limit one's opportunities and their access to resources that are important for one to grow as an athlete and to reach their true athletic potential.
Although we often hear of the underdog overcoming adversity, this usually isn't the case.
I mean, look at LeBron James. Everyone knows how he defeated the odds and came from nothing, and now look where he is. But despite LeBron, the NBA athletes do usually come from a higher social class. We now have the pleasure of having sports sociologist Daniel here today to give his opinion on the issue. So, this is Daniel, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. No, it's our pleasure. What do you think that we can do? How can we, fix this issue?
Well, to start off with, I think that us, as citizens of the society, could start by raising awareness of the issue. Most of the population believes that sport is a meritocracy and that people are given opportunities to participate, and how far someone goes in their athletic career is determined by their skill, which is false. I think that people think this because of how the media portrays sport, how they show people who start with nothing and make it in the big leagues. But that's not, in reality, very common. So I think to start off, we have to raise awareness. We have to understand that this is a false belief, and that way we can start to deal with the issue. On a larger scale, I think that the best approach is for the government to start to subsidize more youth sports programs, give more money to schools to fund teams and stuff like that. I think that's the best and most direct way to deal with this issue. And I think that we have to start to pressure the government to do so, because they're not going to just spontaneously decide to give this money.
So there you have it, guys. Start pressuring the government.
Thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for tomorrow, where we will be talking about gender inequality.